Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to all the girls of class 7th. Now we are going to start our new session 2020-21st. I am your social studies teacher. First of all, I will give you the introduction of your book. There are 13 chapters and I have selected first 6 for your first term examination. The first chapter is Agents of Change on Earth. Yes girls, before start reading of this chapter, I will give you the overview of this chapter. The chapter number 1 is Agents of Change on Earth. There are two kinds of agents, internal agent of change and external agent of change. Some important internal agents are contraction of earth, volcanic action, earthquakes. And some important external agents are rainfall, rivers, the sea, winds and temperature. As you have learned in your previous class that Earth was a cloud of gas and dust moving about in space. With the passage of time, more and more particles were drawn together and they turned into a ball of hot molten matter. This hot ball gradually cooled down and shrank into a rocky planet. But still now we are observing different changes on the crust and the underneath of the earth. The changes are natural. Some changes are very slowly done that we cannot feel the difference of this kind of change. Some are very sudden changes and it is observed by everyone. Now girls, I am starting the reading of this chapter. The surface of the earth, is not even. There are mountains, plateaus, valleys, plains and seas on it. The earth's surface has not always been in the present shape. Throughout its history, the earth has been subject to changes which are taking place even today. In the beginning, when the earth was extremely hot, these changes were sudden and violent. With the passage of time, as the surface cooled down, the changes became slow and gradual. Even now, changes are taking place on the surface of the earth. But these changes are so slow and gradual that they cannot be felt. The forces which bring about changes on the surface of the earth are called the agent of change. The agents of change can be classified into two different types, the internal agents and the external agents. With the help of pictures which are given on these two pages, you can easily understand the folds, wrinkles, cracks on the crust of the earth. The agents of change which have their origin in the interior of the earth and bring about changes on its surface are called the internal agents of change. Some of the important internal agents of change are as follows. Number 1, contraction of earth. Contraction means shrink, became smaller. It is the most important internal agent of change. On earth, the interior of the earth is extremely hot, but it is gradually cooling. As it cools down, it contracts and occupies less space. This causes wrinkles or folds on the crust of the earth. so that some portions become mountains and valleys. The Himalayas, Rockies, Andes, Alps, St. were all formed in this way. Such mountains as formed by wrinkles or folds are called fold mountains. However, if the rocks are hard and resistant, they do not fold on cooling but break, forming cracks. Such cracks are called faults. Yes, class. Now see on the exercise of this chapter, there is the first question: how can we broadly divide the agents of change on the earth? The answer of this question: the forces which bring about changes on the surface of the earth are called the agents of change. The agents of change can be classified into two different types: the internal agents and external agents. Now, girls, you have to write this first question in your notebook and write their answer and learn it for your first term exam. Cooperate with your teachers so that we can achieve the goal.